Ever wondered why some relationships seem so effortless while others feel like an uphill battle? Could it be that you're just not meant to be together? Today, we'll tackle this intricate topic and delve into the 7 signs that may indicate you and your partner may not be a perfect match. Recognizing these signs is essential to your happiness and well-being. We'll touch on everything from communication, respect, criticism, to personal identity, future plans, trust, and conflict. If any of these signs resonate with you, it may be time to reevaluate your relationship. Sign number 1, the lack of communication. Communication forms the foundation of any relationship. It's the thread that weaves 2 individuals together into a cohesive unit. Without it, it's like trying to build a house without nails. The walls may stand for a while, but eventually, they'll collapse. Consider this scenario. You're feeling upset about something your partner did, but instead of discussing it, you choose silence. Or maybe your partner keeps making decisions without consulting you, leaving you feeling sidelined. These are examples of poor communication. When communication dwindles, misunderstandings multiply. You start to feel like you're living with a stranger. The laughter, the shared dreams, the understanding, they all begin to fade. And all that's left are 2 people, lost in their own worlds. So if you find yourself in a relationship where open and honest dialogue is more of an exception than a rule, it might be a sign that you're just not meant to be together. Remember, without communication, even the strongest bonds can crumble. Moving on to sign number 2, the absence of respect. Respect is the cornerstone of any relationship. It's about valuing each other's opinions, time, physical space, and individuality. It's about understanding that we are all different and that these differences make us unique. Without respect, a relationship can quickly turn into a battlefield. Imagine a scenario where your partner consistently belittles your opinions or disregards your feelings. They may not listen to you when you speak, or they may dismiss your ideas without a second thought. This lack of regard can be a glaring sign that respect is absent in your relationship. Furthermore, respect is not just about how your partner treats you, but also how they speak about you to others. If they speak ill of you when you are not around, that's a clear indication of a lack of respect. In a nutshell, respect is an integral part of a relationship, and its absence can be a significant red flag. A relationship without respect is like a house without a foundation. It's bound to collapse. Sign number 3, constant criticism. Are you always the target of criticism? Imagine walking on a tightrope, where every step you take is scrutinized and critiqued. That's what constant criticism feels like in a relationship. It's like a relentless storm, eroding away your self-esteem, brick by brick. You see, criticism is like salt. A pinch here and there can enhance the flavor, making things better. But too much of it ruins the dish. Similarly, in a relationship, constructive feedback is essential. It helps us grow, learn, and become better versions of ourselves. But when criticism becomes constant, it's no longer about growth. It's about power, control, and diminishing the other person. A relationship should be a safe haven, not a boxing ring where you're always on the defensive. It should lift you up, not tear you down. Constructive feedback is healthy, but constant criticism is a sign of deeper issues. Sign number 4, you don't feel like yourself. It's a red flag waving high and clear when you start to lose touch with who you truly are. A relationship should be a safe space where you can be your authentic self, not a stage where you're forced to play a character. It should inspire growth, not change. It should encourage you to be the best version of yourself, not a different person altogether. When you start suppressing your thoughts, changing your views, or altering your behavior just to avoid conflict or to please your partner, it's a sign that the relationship might not be right for you. Remember, a partner who truly loves and respects you will appreciate you for who you are, quirks and all. You should never feel like you need to hide aspects of yourself or become someone you're not. You should never lose yourself in a bid to keep a relationship going. Scene script. Sign number 5, no future plans. Are you and your partner always living in the now with no regard for the future? Picture this. You're on a road trip, the scenery is breathtaking, the company is incredible, but there's no destination. Sure, the journey is fun, but where are you headed? The same principle applies to relationships. A relationship without a vision for the future can be likened to a thrilling, yet directionless road trip. While it's essential to enjoy the present, planning for the future is equally crucial in a relationship. It's about creating shared dreams and goals. Perhaps it's buying a home, starting a family, or even something as simple as planning a vacation. These shared visions act as a beacon, guiding your relationship towards a common destination. Without these, a relationship can quickly become stagnant, aimless, and unfulfilling. It's like being on a ship without a compass. You're merely drifting with no clear direction or destination. A relationship without a roadmap is like a ship without a compass, lost at sea. Sign number 6, a lack of trust. Trust is the bedrock of any relationship. It's the foundation upon which all other aspects of love and commitment rest. It's like a safety net, allowing you to be your true self, knowing that you won't be judged or betrayed. Imagine having to second-guess every conversation, every shared secret, every shared smile. It's exhausting, isn't it? This is what a lack of trust does. It sows seeds of doubt, creates tension, and eventually breeds resentment. Trust is more than just not lying. It's about being reliable, keeping promises, and showing that you're there for your partner no matter what. But when this trust is lacking, it's like walking on eggshells, constantly worried about the next disappointment. In a relationship, trust is like an invisible thread that links two hearts together. If it's not there, the connection weakens and may eventually break. Without trust, a relationship is like a car without fuel. It just won't go far. Finally, sign number 7, constant conflict. Are your interactions more about arguments than love? You see, every relationship has its fair share of disagreements. It's a normal part of two individuals learning to coexist. However, if your relationship feels more like a battleground than a safe haven, it may be time to reevaluate. Frequent fights over minor issues, unending power struggles, or a constant need to prove who's right could all be signs of deeper incompatibility. You might find yourselves caught in a vicious cycle of arguments, where each disagreement only fuels the next, leaving little room for love and understanding. Remember, a healthy relationship thrives on harmony, not hostility. It's about finding common ground, not fighting over differences. When conflict becomes the norm, not the exception, it can drain the joy out of your relationship, leaving you with bitterness and resentment. Disagreements are normal, but constant conflict is a sign that something is fundamentally wrong. To summarize, the 7 signs that you may not be meant to be together are... Let's take a moment to recap. The first sign is a lack of communication. A relationship without open, honest dialogue is like a ship without a rudder. It's likely to drift aimlessly and eventually run aground. The second sign is an absence of respect. Every relationship should be grounded in mutual respect. When this is absent, it's a clear sign of trouble. The third sign is constant criticism. While constructive feedback is essential, incessant criticism can erode your self-esteem and happiness. The fourth sign is when you don't feel like yourself. In a healthy relationship, you should feel free to be your authentic self, not a version of you that's been edited for someone else's comfort. The fifth sign is a lack of future plans. If you're in a relationship where planning for the future together seems impossible, it could be a sign that you're just not meant to be. The sixth sign is a lack of trust. Without trust, a relationship is like a car without gas. It's not going anywhere. Finally, the seventh sign is constant conflict. Disagreements are normal, but when conflict becomes the status quo, it's a clear indication that something isn't right. These signs are not definitive, but they can serve as a guide, a compass pointing you in the direction of your own happiness. It's essential to reflect on your relationship, to ask yourself if these signs are present and what they might mean for you. It's not an easy task, and it requires bravery and honesty. But remember, our happiness often depends on the difficult choices we make. If you recognize several of these signs in your relationship, it might be time to reevaluate and consider if this is the path you want to continue on. Remember, sometimes the bravest thing you can do is to let go of a relationship that's just not meant to be.